Today's podcast is brought to you by warbyparker.com. Get a free 5-day home try-on at www.warbyparkertrial.com/SIBSB. 5 pairs, 5 days, 100% free.
Until I met my new best friend, all of my boys say I'm tripping. When they call, I'm not answering. They always get my voicemail.
Alex, are we rolling? We're rolling. Welcome to another episode of Sorry I've Been So Busy. This is the podcast where we talk to very busy people about what they're busy with. Sometimes we talk to not very busy people about what they're pretending to be busy with, how they get out of things. Andrew Goldstein is here.
At Ange Gold on Twitter, ANGEGOLD.
Well done, sir. My name is Matt Goldich, at Matt Goldich on Twitter, MATTGOLDICH. We have a guest here I'm very excited to see. I haven't seen her in many years, and I'm excited to catch up with her and find out what she's been up to. I know a little bit, but just a hint.
A sconce.
Yes, just a
smidge.
A skosh is the word you were looking for.
Smidge.
Yeah. Someone was doing a very funny impression of
Shtickle of fluoride.
Of Ivanka Trump at work. The idea of like Ivanka Trump just showing up at any White House meeting and just going, scooch, everybody scooch.
Yeah.
Just, Jeff Sessions, scooch.
Scooch.
Yeah.
We're just using Yiddish.
Yes, exactly.
Because she's Jewish.
To overcompensate for the... Yeah. Okay. Anyway, thank you to all our fans. Thank you to everybody who's been listening to the podcast.
Listening, downloading, commenting, reviewing, rating.
Please rate and review on iTunes. We are at Busy Podcast on Twitter. We have the Sorry I've Been So Busy Facebook page. We have the YouTube page as part of the Showbiz Studios network, the Showbiz Studios YouTube page. They got the Showbiz Studios website. You can find us, Showbiz, BRIZstudios.com, and at Showbiz Studios on Twitter. The Facebook page. Am I forgetting anything, Andrew?
Well, no, but you did Sean Donnelly's...
oh, yeah, Defend Your Movie is another
Defend
podcast.
Your Movie is a sister podcast of ours.
Sister podcast of ours.
And you were great.
Yes.
I loved it.
The
Entourage movie.
I defended the Entourage movie, which people were like... It's so funny because I saw some comments on it where people are like, no, absolutely not.
Entourage is very polarizing.
Yeah, very polarizing.
People love it
movie.
or people hate it.
My defense was basically like, it's fine.
It was what it was.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's what it was supposed to be. It's not like they went to Morocco like the Sex and the City movie.
Yeah, the two was bad, yeah. Andrew, do we have a busybody of the week?
We do. Yes. Here's the thing. We had the John Gabris on the podcast from our ongoing series of LA episodes.
Yes, that's right.
And a lot of people love that episode. But my brother... He's going to be our busybody of the week, Randy Goldstein.
You're working in everybody.
He's a Facebook.
Your wife, now we're having your brother.
He's a Facebook stalker.
He is
of sorts, and so we posted about the Gabris pod, and he wrote, it's the standard picture of you and I with the guest in the middle, Gabris in the middle, and he wrote, thumbs down for wearing the New York Giants cap. How can anybody be a fan of that team? LOL.
That's LOL.
My brother, he's a troll.
Yeah, he's laughing at his own joke.
He's an
Eagles fan.
Yeah, he's an Eagles fan.
He's trolling, but hopefully
he's reacting to the podcast, so he's the busybody of the week.
Hopefully, he at least listened. Yeah, we're really scraping the bottom of the
barrel. Shout out to Randy. Come on, people.
Bodies. Yeah, you got to comment. We got in a lot. We had a lot of
verbal feedback.
Random people that we didn't know at one point, but now we're running into
So find us on iTunes and leave us a rating or review, and you yourself could be busybody of the week.
Yeah. So I've been busy. Speaking.
Yeah,
of
Matt,
which,
what's going on?
Well,
it's been a minute.
My morning routine has changed because we started bringing my son to school every morning. To a drop-off program instead of, and so this has meant two things. Number one, the order of my morning has changed because I have to get out of the house quicker. It used to be I would make breakfast and eat breakfast with my wife and kid, and then I would shower. But I'm now setting my alarm earlier to shower before breakfast. So it's thrown everything completely out of whack.
Yeah. You're not used to being that clean when handling food.
I'm also not used to, you do have to watch when you're eating, so you don't spill on yourself because you're already dressed at that point.
Yeah.
But I have to say I do like showering first thing. I kind of,
what was the logic behind previous when you were...
I had extra time because my wife had to be out the door very early, and so after she was out the door, I had time to shower, so I was like, well, I might as well sleep as late as possible. Now it's like if I wait to shower after breakfast, he has to be out the door earlier, so it's like kind of you're getting
like
in
camp.
under the wire.
You got to get that shower in.
And also, there's no one coming. It used to be we had a nanny who would come and watch him.
And
now
relieve
there's no
you.
one coming to help, so it's like either I bring him with me in the bathroom while I shower, which I've done before, or
Lucky kid.
yes, right, exactly, yeah. He gets to bring toys in there, and I don't get him to shower, so I'm waking up earlier, and I do miss the extra 15 minutes of sleep, but I do like showering first thing. It is a good wake up. I feel like
This is that's interesting. I am a big routine person, so I know what you're talking about.
You shower first thing.
There's not always a shower.
Yeah.
And if there is, it's the first. I can't really do unless I go to the gym.
Yeah.
If I go to the gym, then I come home, shower, and then do the rest of my things.
I'm a huge shower first person.
First shower thing.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah, have to. You
Amazing.
You showered this morning?
I don't care where. Yeah, first
good.
thing.
Thank you.
Well, it
Appreciate
wakes me up.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
I might make
That's how I
coffee
feel.
first, but it doesn't matter where I am. I'll take a shower from a bucket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or a little splat.
Right, if you're traveling.
Yeah, I just feel like it's.
I have a thing where it's like if I'm gonna like a day like today, like for some reason, if I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym right after the podcast because we're in the morning, like I could like postpone my shower until after the gym. But if I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym at like 3, then I was like, no, I have to shower, and then maybe I'll go to the gym again and shower there. But
No, I'm the same way.
yeah. This is the other.
What's the
thing.
other
about
change in your routine?
The drop off. So I bring him to this school.
Yeah.
And it's this school where you go and you leave your stroller at the top of the stairs in this sort of like stroller parking area, and there's a very narrow staircase down into the school is sort of like on a lower floor, and there's like 5 different classrooms for kids of different ages, and everybody's coming at the same time. So I actually usually get there pretty early or on time, drop off the stroller, and my kid likes to walk down the stairs. We sort of I walk him down, we hold his hand, take him into the classroom, and then the idea is I have to get out the door by like 9, which is when drop off time is to like make work at 9:30. So you spend a couple minutes, you kibitz with the teachers, the other parents, and then you say, okay, bye, have a good day. So the other day, I had seen going into another classroom was another couple that I knew with their daughter, who we know from the neighborhood. And I went to go say hello to them, and we chatted for a few minutes. And by the time I got back to the stairs, there was this like parade of parents and children like fully blocking the stairs. And the thing is, like, when you're on the subway and it's like all adults, like there's sort of this unspoken thing where it's like, okay, everybody go to one side.
Yeah. But
I'll
it's
go
kids,
to this
it's
side.
unruly.
So I'm not even exaggerating. I literally got trapped at the bottom of the staircase for 7 minutes because and I understand.
This preschool sounds like a fire hazard.
Let's not go there. So because the thing is that I understand. I was just there. Yeah. I'm not going to be like, hey, can you move your kid over? Like, can you tell your kid to keep to one side? Like, I was just the guy 5 minutes ago, like, doing this. And the one sees when one kid sees, someone going down, they're just going to follow. And they're just going to, and they're not conscious of like, they're 2, they're 3. So they're not like off to one side. They're like fully in the staircase, like middle.
Well,
just
kids are like homeless people. They don't walk in a straight line.
No, yes. And they're doing, is that the stereotype now about homeless people?
They're just like them. They're messy.
Zigzaggers.
Yeah, they're exactly the same person. Except they have a house.
So literally, but it was crazy the amount of time. Like it was a comically long amount of time.
It's a funny excuse when you get to work. Like, Matt, you're 20 minutes late. Well,
the staircase was blocked. Yeah. I'm sure they have an orderly in case of a fire.
No, I know. I was,
but it was kind of funny where I was just like, oh man, like I can't go kibitz with other parents
Let
anymore.
me guess, you took your phone out.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, I could have. Yeah, well, I'm here. I'm stuck here. Yeah. So anyway, I gotta be more conscious
Matt,
of that.
as usual, your life is just
so exciting.
Just a comedy of errors.
I've brought up showering multiple times.
Well, he's also brought up the fact that his gym doesn't wash his clothes anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, this is what we like to talk about. I'm excited to talk about.
No, I'm not saying that it's not interesting. I'm saying that it's funny how put upon you are.
Yeah. Well,
I love it.
These kids.
That's a really funny scene is to get into work. Why are you late? Well, I was stuck at the bottom of the preschool steps.
Yeah. It's like one of those things where you're like,
it's a Larry David moment.
Where you've picked somebody up at the airport and somehow you're caught in, like, they're at Terminal 1 and so you're still caught in insane traffic even though, like, your time at the airport is finished and you're like, why am I waiting in this, like, bumper to bumper? Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break and then we'll be right back with our guests.
Hey, for you, the listeners of the Sorry I've Been So Busy podcast, Warby Parker is offering a free 5-day home try-on to give you the opportunity to check out their glasses. I was in L.A., I would say 2 years ago, and I was walking on Abbot Kinney, and I popped in the Warby Parker store, and I found a fantastic pair of sunglasses I still use today. Sunglasses rarely ever fit me well. I have a very small head. They fit them to perfection on my face. And the thing I love about Warby Parker, you can walk into any of their stores at any time, and they'll readjust your glasses for no cost. And you kind of always can tell when somebody's wearing Warby Parkers. They're very stylish. To get your home try-on today, go to warbyparkertrial.com/SIBSB. Again, that's warbyparkertrial.com/SIBSB for your free 5-day home try-on.
And we're back. We're very excited. That was a super quick break. I know. I didn't warn you. I didn't warn you for that. Yeah. We're here with someone I'm very excited to see. I haven't seen her in a long time. I mean, I've seen her on TV a lot. She is stand-up, and we actually started around the same time together. And since then, I see her on you've done pretty much every TV show you've done stand-up on, and I see you in, different things. Every 6 months or a year, you'll pop up in my feed, and I'll be like, "Oh, good, things are going well."
You make me sound so successful.
Well,
this is nice.
I mean, based on the people that we started with, I mean, the fact that you're still at it is I mean, there's. Carmen Lynch is here, everybody.
It's so funny. Hi. No, it's great to be here. It's
I got
funny
stuck at the bottom of that intro. I was looking at my phone.
Did you pull out your phone?
Yeah, he was. He was Instagramming.
Continue.
No, it's funny to see. Like, I remember knowing you. I mean, we've run into each other for years. We'd Hamburger Harry's and all those open mics and stuff. And people who stop, they just kind of seem to disappear.
Gladys.
They don't make an announcement.
Yeah.
You're like, where's so-and-so?
Right.
You know?
It is funny because, like, we never run into each other. I don't know why. We run in different circles, whatever. And so you're in rival gangs. Yeah, we're in rival. Yeah, we're Sharks and Jets. The only proof I have that you're still doing stand-up is, like, I see you doing stand-up on TV, which I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a good indicator. But because for whatever reason, we don't. But there are people where it's like, oh, like, you could not see them for many, many years, and then all of a sudden you, like, see them on a show, and you're like, really? Like that?
I feel like you're on more of the writer side.
I am.
Right? That's probably why.
I'm not hardcore, like, out there pounding the pavement every night, which I guess you probably still are.
Yeah, I mean, don't like, because it's funny how you just kind of fall into one. I love stand up, and I think it'd be so cool to write for a show, but I think you just kind of fall into whatever you get.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I guess I'm doing this because this is going okay.
Tour dates are happening.
Yeah,
that definitely happened for me. I mean, like, I never even really intended to. I mean, I definitely knew, like, at a certain point, like, oh, I think writing is where it's at for me. Yeah. But, like, that happened for you too. I mean, like, you, like, got to this point where,
we talk about it all the time. It's where you spend your 10,000 hours. Like, mine ended up being producing and writing.
Yeah.
And that's why stand-up kind of got put on the back burner, because I was like, well, I'm tired now.
Yeah. I never fully stopped, but then I'm in that sort of weird gap in between. Yeah.
But I definitely remember you from the Gotham Bringers and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I remember the old Gotham.
Oh, I was recently in the new Gotham for the first time, and as a guest. And I was like, man, I miss the old. The old Gotham was set up so much better.
It was so good, and I love the size.
Yeah,
it's just that square.
The new one has a lot of obstructed view seats,
and the new one is really good if it's like packed.
Yeah,
a couple years ago, I just randomly had a night where I had nothing going on, and did an open mic, and I was like Googling like open mics, and I was just like, I'm gonna go to this place and do this open mic. And I got there, and I went downstairs, and I signed up for the open mic, and I realized this is the old Gotham. I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's like a theater
It's called the
now.
Metropolitan
Room.
Yeah. I did, and it was one of those things where I was like, I'm on 22nd between 5th and 6th. But I didn't put 2 and 2 together until I actually was inside, and I was like, oh, that's where I used to go to the bathroom when I was nervous.
Don't they? Oh my God, I had the worst experience there when I first started. I forgot all my jokes.
Oh no.
And I was on stage. And when you're new, it's like the biggest deal in the world to just
somebody famous
silence.
is watching.
Yeah.
And I stood up there for, I don't even know how long it was, but it was for a while. And I was like, hi. And then I was like, I forgot my jokes.
Yeah.
That was my first laugh.
Wow. Well, that's a good
but
one.
I ran downstairs to the wine cellar and started crying.
Oh.
And then I remember Sue Costello came down
Yes,
and
she
told
was a
me,
regular.
like, this is only the beginning. This will make you stronger.
Right.
I was like,
you will
it was
forget
such a
your
big
jokes
deal.
hundreds of more times. Yeah.
These things happen.
Where did you start doing stand-up? I don't even know.
In New York.
In New York. Where are you from?
Virginia.
Right. I that was my guess, and
We've
I should
had a
have just
few
said
Virginians. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
we have had some Virginians, but you never did stand-up down there.
No, I actually moved up to New York and didn't know about I just kind of moved up here just to try acting and all that stuff, and then kind of fell into it by accident.
And did you start doing open mics or bringers or both? Or
both? Because I had a regular job, so I would bring those people, and then when I was like out of people, I would do flyering.
Yeah. That I never did. Well, I maybe did flyering once or twice in Times Square, but I would always just
throw them out and hide.
I would go disappear in the Virgin Megastore.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
I would too. Was that for
It must have been either
Like,
or Broadway or
Dervish.
Yeah, I don't remember Dervish.
Oh my God!
Remember the Turkish restaurant?
I used to do Dervish, the Turkish restaurant.
They made me flyer for Dervish.
Yeah. But they got people.
They got people. It's a great show.
But we were NBC Pages with like 50 other people, and so I was right out of college. I had college friends in the city, so it was very easy. People always shit on bringers, but I loved it. I did them for like a year, and until I ran out of people. I mean, it's way better building your confidence than an open mic. That's for sure. I mean, it's like a guaranteed crowd. And
I remember being really stressed out about the people arriving more than the jokes.
Yes.
Well, that's what ultimately
that's what would get you on stage.
I used to have so much anxiety about the people coming.
Yeah.
That might be a good thing.
And the people spending money on me. I hated it. I hated that like they were spending money. Like,
yeah, but then there was that one time. I remember one time my friends came and they were like, "We've seen you a million times." And Jerry Seinfeld showed up.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Boom! That's your gift for coming."
That would happen at the old Gotham.
Yeah, that's where it happened.
And then you like live off like 6 months of. I opened for Seinfeld.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like loosely being able to say that.
Yeah, because he went. Yeah. It was like. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. I mean, if you go into it with the thing of like, I'm going to do these bringers, and then it's going to get me in at this club, which I definitely did go into thinking
that's what you think.
Oh God, I know, and it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but as long as people know, like, hey, this is a good way to get stage time when you're starting out in front of a big crowd and get a tape, and you're not going to get in at that club from it, then like
a Vietnam War veteran in his attic apartment will make you a VHS tape.
That used to be probably how it is. I don't know.
That was. Remember that guy?
Remember that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, I hit that tiny little room, and he was just really not so.
Am I getting out of this room alive? Yeah.
I was telling you before. I recently transferred all my VHS to DVD.
That's so cool. I should have done that.
You can. You still can.
I gave a lot of them. I saved one box. I didn't look to see if they're the good ones or the bad ones or whatever. I'm like, I should keep some of these, but then I just gave all the other ones away.
You gave them
away?
I
gave them away, threw them out.
Yeah. Carmen gave them as Christmas gifts. Just with a bow around. Here's me doing stand-up in 98.
An old
Here's my
VHS.
bringer. Yeah.
Here's 2002.
But that's so cool. Did you...
Well, what's interesting is like there are... I recently, I recorded an album, and so I had to go back through like 15 years of jokes. And what was interesting was there was some stuff where I was like, oh man, that is cringeworthy and embarrassing, and I can't believe I ever said that on stage. And then there's like a couple where you go back and you're like, oh, that's actually a pretty good joke, and I was not good enough to actually deliver that and sell it at the time. And now that I go back and think of like a better tag for it, or like or actually have the life experience or the confidence to actually say that, it's actually a pretty good joke.
I love that. That's like finding money in an old winter coat.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh. Wait, so is
a
this...
10.
Yeah.
Did you, was this your first album?
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, I just did one too, and it's been 15 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
This is your first one?
Yeah.
It's great because, I mean, after 15 years, you should have enough good jokes to do an album. I wanted to call it 15 years, 45 minutes. That's what I wanted to call
That's
it.
so
It was a
funny.
little inside.
What's your album called? Shout it out.
Dance Like You Don't Need the Money.
I like it.
Nice. Is it out?
On iTunes. Yeah,
Find
it
it
came
on
out
iTunes.
in March.
Okay, great. Mine may or may not be out. Mine is, if not out, it's available for pre-order. It's called the Matt Goldich Guarantee. I had Craig Baldo open for me, and he came up with the name. So,
That's another name of someone I haven't seen in a million years.
well, he's not really out doing gigs. We had him on the podcast. He warms up the crowd at Oliver.
Oh,
That's
okay.
like his main thing.
And again, why wouldn't I see it like on the street? Maybe like
I guess so. Yeah,
That's just
it is
weird.
weird. Sometimes you do run into people.
Well, he specifically said he's been avoiding you.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So what happened? How did you end up like going from like doing bringers and open mics to like doing it like full time?
I tried it. Like I said, I was like, oh, the acting's just taking too long because you have to wait for somebody to actually give you the part.
Yeah.
So I tried open mics and I'm like, this is amazing. And then I just became this obsessed person who just did open mics all the time. And then about a year and a half later, I got Last Comic Standing and I waited in line for 8 hours at Madison Square Garden, and somehow I managed to get in the top 20.
Yeah.
And I was the only one who'd been doing it for like 2 years. It was with Craig Baldo. He was the next up. He was like 5 years in, I think.
Right.
And so then that started to open doors a little bit.
Yeah.
That's when I stopped doing bringers.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just tried it a couple years, but I still wasn't disciplined because I'd always had like a day job or like a summer job where you have a boss. And so I kind of started slacking, and then I just kind of stopped for a year.
You stopped doing stand-up. What were you doing during that time?
I was going through a lot with my family. They were a super very traditional family. So they were extremely against like any kind of artsy.
Oh, sorry.
Any kind of artsy career. So I was like, am I doing this just to,
Right. Is there a deep-seated issue here?
Yeah. Like, is this just to like piss them off? Can I say that, piss?
Sure.
Yes.
And then, so because I had a day job, I was like, you know what? I lost kind of my mojo. I was just kind of not into it. So I just wrote for a year, and I think I did maybe 3 spots.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it would be a year. I thought I was quitting. I thought I was like, I'll just be a writer.
What was your day job?
Oh God, it was an insurance company in the back office. I was in the licensing department.
Wow.
Yeah. And
were you a notary?
Oh my God, no! But I was a notary in a different job.
Really?
Yeah, in
I have
Virginia.
a million questions, but continue on your professional story. But I'm very interested in the stamp.
And so, and then after about a year, I even dated a regular guy.
Ew.
I know. I was a completely just normal person.
Ugh.
And then it took about a year later, I was like, I am so unhappy. And I was like, I do want to do it. And then from there, I just kind of went full on.
Yeah.
Never looked back.
How many years ago was that?
I think I did the last comic around 04, 05. So it's probably 06.
Yeah.
That's good because a lot of people won't have the courage to go back and be like, you know what, it would be like 5 years before they realize they're not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be like,
It's easy to
well,
let
it's too
that
late
time
now.
slip by.
You know how a lot of people will date someone and then break up and then try out other guys and then be like, nope, he was the one. It was kind of like that. Like I needed to just see what else was out there.
Yeah. Did your family ever get on board?
Finally, yeah.
They did?
Well, I went to Iraq and Kuwait, and my dad was in the military, and there
Yeah.
was like a huge shift. Like, oh my God!
Right.
And then
Because you did comedy
Like
there.
US
for the
USO?
troops, yeah.
That's great.
And
Wow.
then, it was like USO, it was AFE, Armed
Sure.
Forces Entertainment. But then
Another collection of letters?
Yes.
Oh,
It was the KKK. No.
and then once I started getting the TV, like Letterman and stuff like that.
That is what it is. You're looking for like signposts for your family where like, hey, I'm not like every like 6 months or a year, you need something to like a little morsel to give them where you're just like, hey, I'm not wasting my time here.
Well, when I was doing it those first few years, I was so excited because I never thought I didn't even know it existed in Virginia. I just knew like, Bill Cosby and Jerry Seinfeld were comics.
Yeah.
And that was it. So they came to New York, and I was like, come to a show. And they came to the Boston Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And it was like at midnight, and I went up. It was just the worst show I'd ever. There were like 10 people in the audience. Every person said dick or balls. And there's my mom, and they're both Catholic, traditional, and they're like, we just spent
It's literally that scene from Crashing.
Oh, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what happened. Yeah. And, you know, and then you can tell they're like, we spent all this money on college for this.
Yeah.
And they've never seen me live again. And they've asked, and I've said, I don't know.
Have they watched your TV stuff, though?
Yeah, they'll watch TV stuff, and they're supportive of that. But that really just kind of damaged.
Right.
I was like, please don't. They're like, well, you're going to be in Chicago. We should come by. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So I'm not ready for you live.
Yeah.
30 seconds on being a notary. What is the what do you have to do to become a notary?
Oh my God, I don't even remember. I worked at a bank. I was a teller for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Only 2 weeks?
Well, because I was in this was like right after college in Virginia before I moved up here. I was in this management training program.
Okay.
And we had to become a notary. So I had that big stamp.
Yeah, the stamp.
Yeah.
Like,
how do you train to be a notary?
Is it like a test?
No, I think
they just
certify
you as
I think they certified you. Yeah. I think because I had the bank on my side, they were like, she needs to be a notary.
I just remember growing up, and like whenever you had to get something notarized, it was the biggest fucking hassle.
Yes.
Like, we got to get something notarized. Where do we go? It's this one place that's far. The guy's never there.
In New York, you just go to like any bodega.
They do it at bodegas?
Or no, like a copy shop. You know, like there's like those random like...
locksmith place?
Yeah. You know, it is funny about...
I'll change your locks. I'm a notary. I do shoe repair.
That's one
watches.
It is always a random thing.
Yeah.
That's one of those like crazy things about like New York is... You know how they always say, obviously, like, there's a big thing about, like, independent stores are disappearing and, you know, everything is becoming, like, chain and, like, you can't pay rent in Manhattan anymore. There's a copy shop, a random-ass copy shop that will notarize something for you on pretty much every block. That nobody knows how it stays open.
Some dry cleaners are making rent.
Dry cleaners are making
cleaners are making rent.
Yeah, there's people are still, you know, independent
copy shop,
are still, I mean, you know.
And then the like catch-all locksmith, shoe repair, watch repair.
There's thousands of those.
Yeah, every block.
Yeah. Have you always lived in New York? Did you ever move?
No, not since I moved from Virginia. Oh, no, I mean, I lived in LA last year for 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't have an apartment. I just put everything in storage, and then I traveled for a year and a half. And I just got a place in Queens this year.
Wait, you traveled, you put everything in storage here.
I lived in Brooklyn, and then our lease was up, and I had all these random gigs in, like, the Middle East and Spain, because my family's from Spain, and I wanted to do, because I've been doing Spanish comedy, so I'm like, let me just go and do that. And I'm like, I'm not going to go for 2 weeks. I'm going to go for, like, a month and a half, 2 months, and I don't know where I'm going to end up. So I just put my stuff in storage, and I thought it was going to take about 6 months. Like, I'd go to L.A., do pilot season and all that, and then somehow... a year and a half later, I was like, now I'm ready to get a place.
Wow. So you didn't have a place for a full year and a half.
Yeah.
Where'd you stay in L.A.?
With my boyfriend, who now lives here in New York. But he was living in L.A., so I stayed out there with him.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'd come to New York, but just, in between gigs and stuff.
With Spanish comedy, are you doing your English jokes translated, or it's all new material that is...
it's both, because some of them don't work at all.
Right, that's what I was getting at. There's got to be some gaps in things that are funny in English, and then you translate them, and it's like, well, this doesn't really work.
Well, the humor's different, too. Like, they're not as subtle. They get the more direct humor. So some of the stuff that I'm like, oh, this is going to kill, because in America it does. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, they just don't get it.
And there's, like, slang that works in English that, there may not even be a word or an equivalent.
Well, I learned Spanish as a kid, so sometimes my Spanish is very, like, 6th grade.
Yeah.
Right.
So sometimes I'll get a laugh from the way I say something, like,
Right.
And I'm like, are you laughing at my joke or how I'm saying
your rudimentary Spanish?
Yeah.
There's also, I imagine, like, wide differences between different Spanish-speaking countries also.
Yeah.
You got to do the TH.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's how we speak, the Castilian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So are both your parents from Spain or what? Or
Just my mother.
Your mom's from, so she's from like...
she's from Barcelona.
Barcelona.
But she, a small town right outside of Barcelona. But everybody, my whole family lives there now. Like my sister has kids there. And my parents still live in Virginia, but they go out there a lot.
Well, Virginia's very similar.
Very similar.
Very
like
similar.
when I visit my family, I just wait until my parents are in Spain because then I can just hit them all up at the same time.
Right. Wait, but here's my question. How did you decide to do Spanish speaking? I have lots of questions. How did you decide to start doing is there a stand-up scene like in Spain?
Now there is. Like I first started messing around with it in Madrid and that's...
After Carlos Mencia, it just blew up.
Well, it's it's funny, but it looked interesting to me. And then you just meet comics in Spain.
Yeah.
And it's just fascinating how it's different. And they're so, like, interested in New York. Like, I would headline a show out there, and it would have been my, like, third time doing Spanish stand-up, and it was only because I was from New York.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't want me to
think you're a
close.
big
I don't
deal.
even know what these jokes are, they're going to work,
Have you done, like, South America and Latin America, too, and Mexico?
I've done Costa Rica. There's a festival actually going on right now, because they were like, do you want to come back? And I'm like, I can't. Like I was in Edinburgh, so I was
You're like, I have a podcast to do. Sorry,
I'm
I've been so busy.
But that Costa Rica was different from Spain too. But that's like doing it in Texas versus Manhattan.
Yeah,
it's just the style, what they like, and I don't know.
Could you hypothetically do like Spanish speaking comedy for like a Latino audience in America, or do you think it would be too like?
I mean, I did.
You've done those.
Look, when I lived in LA for 6 months, I would search for Spanish comedy.
Wow.
And I found one. I haven't really been able to really dig into that. And then Atlanta, I did a Spanish show once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But it's never like, I always wanted to be like Spain where everyone speaks Spanish. Like in the States, it's still like, well, most of us are speaking English, but if you could just throw in a couple. And I'm like, no, I want to do like an hour in Spanish.
Yeah.
Do the hosts still, but in Spanish, bring you up? You've seen her all over town, but they say it in Spanish.
They'll be like, esta próxima viene de Letterman. They'll say that, and I'm like,
I don't even know how you say clubs and colleges in Spanish.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they say club de comedia, but but for comedian they say monologuista.
Yeah.
Which sounds to me, it's like comedian sounds better, or cómico.
Yeah.
Cómica.
I like monologuista. You hear a lot about it the other way, where people from other countries try to make it American. They try to learn English, but you don't very often hear about American English speaking.
I forget his name. The French guy. He's doing really
God
good.
Elmaleh. God Elmaleh.
God, yeah.
God.
Dan, I'm sorry, Dan Natterman, I was thinking of French.
What
But
does
it's
he
Gad.
do? What does Dan Natterman
Gad
do?
Elmaleh. Whatever his last name.
God Elmaleh. He was
Gad
French.
is like so huge, and
He's killing it.
He's like the Seinfeld of France.
Yeah, and his jokes in English like work.
Yeah.
It's like amazing.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, there's a really interesting, I think it was NPR interview with Gad about how he works on his English jokes.
Yeah.
And on a much, much, much smaller level is me, but I could understand how he was going through the same thing.
Yeah.
The joke style and the grammar is different and all that.
What did Dan Natterman do? Did he learn a new language?
He loves to speak French. So he went to Paris, I think this was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and he did like 5 or 10 minutes in French, and then he put it on Facebook.
Right.
And,
and now does he do other French-speaking gigs?
I don't
or was
know.
It just like
I know he
just like a fun.
I think it was just a fun thing,
There's
but I don't know.
the Kenan Thompson character. Weekend
Zoutalour.
Update. Zoutalour.
Yeah. Let's talk about what a day in the life of Carmen Lynch is like. Unless you have other questions.
No, let's go. Let's get into your day.
Do you want to pick a specific day from this week, or just like give us a typical day in your life?
Well, I was at the Fringe, so that typical day was really random. But usually I get up. And do you want to hear about the American day?
Yeah, let's hear about it. Well, quick.
We can go through a festival day, but what's your typical day?
Yeah, what time you wake up?
Typical day,
we already know that you shower first.
I love to shower, yeah.
Okay.
Shower before you wake up,
Very clean.
right?
Before I wake up,
You actually shower
I
in
mean,
your sleep.
every once in a while there is a day where I'm like,
Of
I don't
course.
feel like showering today.
Yeah.
But that's usually when I just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
But I usually get up by like 9:30, 9 or 9:30, and I always have to have coffee first. Actually, probably before the shower.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if I make it, it's in the kitchen. Sometimes I bring it into the shower because I
bring coffee into the shower.
Sometimes.
Does the shower water get in the coffee?
No, I leave it on the sink, but I just need.
It's there.
I'm just so
it's
dead
a comfort
in the morning.
blanket.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Alex, our producer, is saying you bring
you
coffee
do?
into the shower.
Do you brush your teeth in the shower too?
I will if I'm in a rush.
Me too. I love that.
In a rush, yeah. But wait, you got to brush your teeth before the coffee.
I was going to say, isn't there a breath to coffee?
No, after
to coffee
it depends on
situation?
it all depends on the day. Yeah,
now, this is interesting. Some people, my wife subscribes to this theory that I have to brush my teeth first thing in the morning because I wake up with bad breath. She was like, well, why would you brush your teeth before breakfast when you're going to have food in your teeth? But I brush my teeth before breakfast.
Well, that's how I was raised.
Yeah. I only brush my teeth if I'm going to go somewhere and have breakfast. But if breakfast is happening in like the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm not brushing my teeth.
Oh, I don't like mixing coffee and food with the taste of like morning breath. I don't know. There's something about it just gross.
You still do your teeth first. Yeah,
teeth first.
That's the first thing I do when I get in the bathroom.
Me too.
After I pee. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's an American thing.
Interesting.
Isn't it? Because I remember when I was a kid.
It makes complete sense in my head that you would wait till after you eat.
Yeah.
But I can't eat with a chalky night mouth.
I feel the same way.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So,
but I do brush them after breakfast. It's not like I wait till nighttime.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you make your coffee?
I have a Keurig.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, really fancy. But you know what? There are so many cute little coffee shops in Astoria, and I'm still pretty new out there.
Yeah.
And I love just kind of getting a real cup of coffee.
Yeah. No, that's kind of Keurig, it's fine like in a pinch, but yeah.
How do you make your coffee?
French press.
See, I don't know how to do that, but I want to.
It's very easy.
Yeah,
it's not that hard. You boil
Dan Natterman loves the French press.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he does.
He was written up in the French press.
Yeah.
He was very, yeah.
You see it?
Yeah. He,
the fake French press.
Yeah, you just put them in the thing, you boil water, you pour it in, stir it up, wait a few minutes, push it down.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's easy to do. I've just never had
You know
one.
what? It can be hard to clean. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of annoying to clean, but yeah.
I had an Airbnb person in my apartment all summer because I wasn't there.
Ooh.
And that was the thing that I heard from my roommate. She's like, he broke my French press.
Mm.
I was like,
wait, so your roommate lived with the Airbnb person?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And did he replace it or no?
Yeah, he replaced it.
Okay.
But yeah, I just remember hearing that he broke her French
The other
press.
good thing about the French press that I've learned is that you can replace just a part of it. Because one time I broke the glass carafe and I bought like a whole new one, and then I realized like you can just buy a replacement carafe. You don't need to buy the whole one because there's 3 parts. But anyway, this is really
What happens after the coffee shower?
I try to, well, it's all different now because I haven't been here in a long time, so I'm changing but I'm trying to do morning pages again.
just
Very
right.
exciting, yeah.
Wait, is this something you were doing before?
Yeah,
Edinburgh?
like over a year ago, yeah.
So you wake up and how does that work? I don't think we've actually talked to anybody about
Well,
this.
specifically morning pages.
Yeah.
Well, you write 3 pages of whatever's on your brain, and it doesn't even have to make sense. Like sometimes I just kind of write it really messy in case anybody ever finds it.
Yeah. So you're handwriting it.
yeah.
Is that part of the deal? You have to handwrite it?
Yes, you should handwrite it.
Yeah.
Bill
Bill Sheff does
Bill
this.
Sheff did.
Yeah.
Talked about that
he's
on
great.
the podcast.
Yeah, we
Yeah?
talked. Yeah,
Oh,
we had
okay.
him on. I was right. I was wrong. We did have someone who does.
Does he still do it?
He still does.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
good.
big. I mean, he's written a bunch of novels, and
Yeah.
I think it's really helped him. Yeah.
And it really does clear out your head, and you can write affirmations on there. I mean, it sounds cheesy, but it really works.
Yeah. And does it? Sorry, does anything you do in that ever end up making it to stand up, or is it more just like
No, it feels just more like garbagey,
Clearing out
clunky stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every once in a while, it will. Like
Yeah.
I wrote yesterday, made it into the notebook.
Oh,
Hey,
wow!
It made the leap.
It made the
Are
lead.
is this like a legal pad?
Sometimes, but it's usually the phone.
Well, that's longer
actually.
paper, so it's
I meant
a bigger
it's
3
too much-
pages.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm trying to not use paper.
The notebook is the phone, but the morning pages are.
It's a real paper thing.
That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
legal pad? Because
Yeah.
that's 3 longer pages than if you did like a notebook. So you have to write more.
So for morning pages, it's regular paper. It's 8 by 10
Good.
or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're doing extra work.
Yeah. And you know what? I never get to 3 pages.
Now, do you notarize the pages?
If I still have it.
Yeah.
I check my ID.
And get coffee and stop by,
you just stamp shit.
Copy
and then I start to shower.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a rogue notary public just using it with abandon.
Yeah. Yeah, just notarizing things against
notarizing the fuck out of stuff.
Yeah. Or how about like a weed delivery man and notary? Like a guy
that's a good one.
You know, like if you can combine the two, like a guy who is like, hey, you know, here's a...
Yeah. Also, can you notarize this bank check?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so then after morning pages...
Then lately I've been trying to...
Then she watches In the Pages, but with on New York One.
In the Papers, yeah. We had him on too. We've had everybody on, I guess.
Continue.
Sorry, is there food at any point? Or
I forgot. Sometimes, you know what's weird? Sometimes I forget to eat breakfast.
Wow.
Yeah, now, because I have my coffee, and then that kind of just distracts you for a while.
That's all you need.
And then I'm like, I'm a little dizzy.
Yeah.
Then I go get cereal with blueberries.
Nice.
Like a boxed cereal?
Boxed cereal.
Like what? What are we talking here?
Like kind of healthy, maybe wheat-ish.
Like a kashi?
Like sometimes kashi.
Really?
Special K?
Honey, something or other.
Yeah.
Just depends.
With blueberries.
I put blueberries
Fresh
in there.
blueberries added to the box
Sometimes
cereal.
fresh, sometimes frozen.
And ever a sugar
fresh
cereal?
banana?
Do you
No.
ever... No,
I mean, I think those
you never
have
treat
sugar.
yourself. No, I
No,
know,
but
like you know what I mean.
Like Fruit Loops?
Like a Fruit Loop Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I try
in the
not
morning.
to.
No.
All right,
gross.
And some kefir. Love the kefir.
What's that?
It's like the liquid yogurt.
Oh, kefir. That's what I call it.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, you know what though?
Kefir is in 24.
You're probably right. I have a lot. You have more ethnic flavor than I do, so I'm going to trust your instinct.
I have no idea.
I could be very wrong. I always called it kefir.
I like kefir. Sounds like a name. Hey, kefir.
Yeah.
Anyway,
hey.
So it's a yogurt product.
It's a yogurt product. I used to be really,
you put blueberries
really...
in that?
There are blue. It's like a blueberry.
It's already...
Does it
fruit
go
at the
in with
bottom?
the cereal
blueberry
or separate?
kefir.
In with the cereal or separate?
No, separate. Yeah.
All right. Milk in the cereal.
Milk in the cereal.
What kind of milk?
Lactate.
Lactate.
Yeah.
You would have gotten made fun
I don't know
of
if
in
I'm
our
lactose intolerant, but I just like that I don't have to deal with it.
I used to drink Lactate for several years after I was pretty convinced.
Just to be cool.
Just
he
because
did it just to be cool.
Just to preventative measures.
Yeah,
Wait,
sure.
Yogurt is on the list of things that you shouldn't eat before you brush your teeth. Yogurt, apple.
Before.
Yogurt before brushing teeth or after brushing teeth, sorry, is terrible.
So that's why she brushes her teeth
yeah.
after.
Yeah. Sorry. So the yogurt and the cereal.
And the cereal, and I used to make a shake every morning, and that's how I got into the kefir. But I just haven't bought one of those blender juicer things yet.
Yeah.
But that'll be it. That's a very regular thing.
Yeah, we've become smoothie people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We used to do that sometimes.
And Jamie puts all kinds of mystery ingredients in it that are supposedly good for me. But if I knew what they were, I'd say no to the smoothie.
Yeah.
So she keeps it all a secret.
I'm not a big smoothie guy. The only shake that I ever really like is like the one that's like bananas, dates, almond butter, and like you can throw some kale in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, kale's just got to be hidden because it's not tasty.
That's why the banana, the date almond butter shake really hides the kale.
Yeah,
well.
And the banana is really good for consistency. Like it just
you need the banana base.
Totally.
I'm convinced.
Banana base.
Banana base.
So Ace of Banana Base is one of my favorite.
So you do your morning pay, you have your breakfast, and then what happens?
And then I try to write or something like
More writing.
Well, yeah, that was just like junk. For 10
is this
minutes.
happening at home or you go out?
At home.
Okay.
Which I'm not a fan of, like writing on my bed because I like to keep my room separate from work. Sure. But lately, I don't know why. It's just so comfortable and I get stuff done.
I do it, and it's a really bad habit, and you eventually doze off. I do.
You doze off while writing?
Well, yeah, you get very comfortable and tired. Now I'm more, if I have time at home, I like to, because the dog, he jumps all over my laptop. So sometimes I'll go in the bedroom and close the doors.
Yeah.
But I do laptop in the bed if I have a free day.
Yeah.
Whatever
and it
works for you. Yeah, whatever gets stuff done.
And then lately I've been listening to. I'm not an audio person, but I had a free download, so I'm listening to Save the Cat.
Yeah, screenwriting
book, which has been fun.
Nice.
And then I, at some point, try and work out early on in the day.
Yeah.
At home workout or a gym?
No, not a gym. I usually
running.
yoga. I usually do yoga.
In at home or
no, at a yoga place.
Okay.
But lately I've been just walking because Astoria has a great track.
Yeah.
So I've been just sort of walking, jogging. And
where's the boyfriend at this point? Does he have a day job?
He does. He has a day job. Mm-hmm. He's a writer.
It sounded like you got choked up talking about his day job.
Oh my God,
He's an
accountant.
accountant.
With a day job.
He works for the President Show.
Oh,
that's
cool.
great.
Nice.
Roger Hales works for the President.
Oh yeah, he works with Roger.
Former guest of the pod.
Is Roger Hales your boyfriend?
He works with John
breaking
Reynolds.
news.
Do you know John Reynolds?
No, I don't know him.
Oh, he used to write for Ferguson for years.
Oh,
that's great.
And
that show's killing it.
yeah.
Yeah. He loves it.
The real president, not so much.
Yeah.
He's, flailing.
They just keep getting pickups, consecutive pickups.
Yeah.
Because the show was only supposed to be very short run.
Yeah, they just got extended.
Well, congrats to those guys.
Trump was only supposed to be a very short.
The show is mirroring the Trump administration.
The only reason
Shout
I would
out to all
watch Trump
those
to
people.
stay.
It's so fun.
Right? Yeah. So,
Well, that's cool. So he has to be out early.
He has to be out early, but we don't live together.
Okay.
No. He just moved a couple months ago.
That was just in L.A.
Yeah.
I see.
Got it.
So you go do yoga, and then what happens?
And then at some point I have to watch a little bit of Netflix, but I usually do that at night.
You block out part of your day for some
No,
Netflix.
usually, lately I've been just bad, and I've just been watching
What
Netflix
are you watching?
all day.
Let's go.
Well, I'm in the middle of The Handmaid's Tale.
People love that.
And then I'm watching a lot right now. And The Walking Dead is just the last I don't know if it's the last season, but it's a certain season that's really gory.
People enjoy The Walking Dead.
But I didn't watch it for a long time because I thought it was really boring and stupid.
Yeah.
No,
but it's very popular.
Awful.
Yeah.
But now I'm just watching it because I'm curious.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens.
Sure.
And then I just watched Ozark.
I started that.
We started it, couldn't finish it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would have finished it. Jamie didn't love it, so I kind of quit.
Right now, we just started. We're very excited. Top of the Lake, China Girl.
I don't know what
Never
that is.
heard of it.
So the first Top of the Lake was Elizabeth Moss and Holly Hunter, and Elizabeth Moss is Alex likes it. It was a Sundance Channel miniseries, and she's in New Zealand solving a crime.
Yeah,
and now they brought it back. It just aired over 3 nights on the Sundance, and it was Elizabeth Moss and Nicole Kidman's in it, and she's solving a new crime in New Zealand. It's very good.
I'm caught up in the trend of all of the true crime, like big notable case.
Yeah, there's a
documentary.
There's a parody one on Netflix. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, about drawing dicks on people's faces.
Yes,
the trailer is hilarious.
I haven't watched it, but it just came out. It's called American Vandal. I'm curious about it. It's like a parody of Making a Murderer. It's like,
oh, really?
But it's about somebody who draws dicks on faces.
What did you think of Making a Murderer?
Loved it.
I liked it.
I was obsessed.
I'm not even into that kind of thing, and
we want to have Brendan Dassey on the podcast.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
We're gonna preview WrestleMania.
Is Brendan
the poor guy? He just wanted to see WrestleMania.
Yeah. Was he the other one? The second,
he was the
main guy.
No, the nephew.
Oh, I felt so bad for him. Yeah.
The not so smart.
What about the other murder show? I love murder shows.
I watched them all.
You really? So. The HBO one, The Making of, or The Murder of, or the
the Night of.
That was great. That was my favorite show of last year. That was great.
That show. Me too.
So at what point? So you've sort of been backsliding, watching a little Netflix in the afternoon, and then what point does the evening begin?
I don't know, around 6.
Depending on when I have a show.
Right. Are you doing shows pretty much every night of the week when you're in New York?
Pretty much. Yeah. I try to take Sundays off.
Yeah.
That's mostly
for the Lord.
Lord.
Yeah.
Mostly for the trains.
Yeah.
Because they suck.
True. That's terrible. Yeah. Oh my God. When the L closes down.
Yeah. Oh my
gosh.
Not
for Queens, but I'm just saying people. Yeah. It's gonna throw the city into chaos. But continue. So Sunday off.
So try to take Sunday off. Yeah, but it just depends on the night. But usually I'm on somewhere every night.
How many shows a night you do? Usually.
It ranges. Weekends are more, maybe 3, 4. Weekdays, maybe anywhere from 1 to 3.
You're at the Cellar a lot, right?
Yeah.
That's so fun.
It is.
That's like a dream. That's like every comedian's dream.
That's the dream.
Get in at the Cellar.
It's so fun, but it's fun because it's the Cellar. But then the audiences are great. They're so pumped because they're so excited because it's the Cellar, and then the hang is good.
Yeah,
the people that walk in,
the surprises.
The surprises are great.
The falafel upstairs.
The amazing food.
Yeah. What's going on? I read something recently. Did they get rid of the comics table, or was this controversial? Or they tried to get rid of the comics table at the Cellar?
I don't know because I've been gone, but but it was there last night.
Oh, okay. I read some sort of weird controversy about it, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering. Alex, do you know anything about this? No. Okay.
That was because they were renovating the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
that must be what it is.
It has shifted.
When you get out of the Cellar, are you grabbing a slice? Are you getting something late night to eat before?
Yes, always.
Yeah, so you're eating after your show.
I always eat after shows. I'm always hungry after shows for some reason. But I'll probably usually do that in Queens or grab something at home.
Oh, yeah.
Good late night food in Queens, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on the time.
Well, it's a lot of ethnic food.
Yeah, a lot of falafel. I eat a lot of falafels and gyros and stuff.
All right.
Is it tough having the boyfriend with the day job, having the schedules not line up exactly, or?
No, we just find a way to, because at the beginning it was so long distance.
Yeah.
It's not that weird. I mean, when I was gone for 2 months this whole summer, it almost didn't even feel like.
We were. You don't have a pet. I'm guessing you can't have a pet because you're away too often. Or do you?
Right. No, I don't have a pet.
Yeah.
No, we have a mouse, but no.
Well, that's
New York.
Every New Yorker has that kind of pet. And then you're traveling. So like a Friday comes, you're packing a bag and you're going to a different town?
Sometimes, yeah. Like for some reason, in the spring, I'm gone a lot, like so many weekends. Mm-hmm. And now I start to.
Do you have your standard bag packed, or you're packing a new, fresh bag every time?
I leave certain things in my suitcase that I need for. Yeah.
Are you a roller or are you a folder?
I'm a roller.
Wow. See, I'm a folder.
I'm a folder.
Well, it depends too. I fold, but on the edges I roll.
Okay. Are you hard luggage or soft luggage?
I have both.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? This podcast is brought to you by Samsonite.
You sound like Todd Berry talking about hotels. He's always like, where are you staying? And
I got to give a shout out to Todd. We had Todd on, and I was on Todd's too. And I was on Todd's but maybe a year ago, and he gave me his book, and I never read it, and I finally just finished it, and it's great. I couldn't put it down. Todd's book is so good.
I got to read it.
Thank you for coming to Hattiesburg.
Yes.
It's really, really funny and good and interesting.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Do you have all the pre-check, TSA pre-check, because you're a frequent traveler?
Yep, I have
You're
that.
tall. How do you deal with flying? What are you?
I hate I'm an aisle person. I used to be window, but
So you're booking aisle seats. You're going ahead. You're in your booking ahead of time, booking the aisle seat.
Booking the aisle seat ahead of time. Sometimes I'll upgrade. You know?
Ooh, yeah, you deserve it.
But, it's just because, I have to walk around. That's why I'm an aisle person.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I have to do the sitting and stretching.
I agree.
For a long time.
Well, you're on planes all the time. What are your plane pet peeves? Any or like routines? Do you read? Are you listening to podcasts?
No, I watch movies and shows. That's when I catch up on a lot of stuff.
Got it.
You watch the seat back, or you bring your iPad and watch that?
I watch the seat back. Yeah. I can't think of it. I always sit in front of a child, which drives me crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happens, but
that's me. I'm the one with the child.
Now you're the one with the child.
No, if you're with a child, that's fine. I get the child who's kicking. Oh, I hate. You know what I hate? When they press the stupid screen.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you not know that? You're a middle-aged man or woman.
Yes.
And how do you not know that you can't do that?
That is true. Where I'm sympathetic to anyone with a child, but any adult exhibiting childlike behavior can go fuck off. Those people are the ones.
And then you do the side turn where and then some of them get it, and some of them still don't get it.
Yeah.
Are you ordering food on the plane? Do you bring your own?
I usually bring my own, but I do get hungry on long flights.
Yeah.
So sometimes
What's your plane snack? I see like almonds or something.
Yeah, pistachios. Sometimes almonds.
Makes sense.
I'm all about the cheese plate.
Yeah, sometimes
that's what
I
want. That's my flights to and from LA. I got
but
the cheese plate.
long flights can be troublesome with a lot of cheese.
Yeah. I never eat big hunks of cheese in normal life. And so the plane, I'm just like, it's protein. I'm going to make an exception.
Yeah.
Have some cheese.
Yeah.
Well, you're good with dairy. It's mostly.
I handle dairy. How was Edinburgh? Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
It was really fun.
Was this your first time or had you been before?
First time. I went last year for 3 days just to check it out because I was in London and I was like, let me just check out this Scotland thing. And then I went out there and I was like, this is insane and fun. So then I decided to do the whole month.
That's awesome. I just talking to Sean Patton. He was out there too.
Oh, yeah. I know. I wish I'd seen him more. I'd only see him out like at night after his show and stuff.
He said, because I would think like a month in a city, you get lonely, bored, whatever.
Yeah.
He said he loved the whole thing.
Yeah, it was great. It was really fun.
Get tired of it.
Well, there was a cool group of us that would always meet up, and like Sarah Schaefer and a lot of like Maria Shahadam and a lot of other comics.
Yeah.
And it was just like summer camp. It was really fun.
It's definitely a bucket list item for me. I want to do it at some point.
I mean, I've always been curious about it, but it's funny. Like they're like, what do Americans think about the Fringe? And I'm like, they really are like a month. Like this sounds horrible or too long or something. Yeah. And then you get there and it just goes by so fast. And you can do whatever you want.
Sounds like camp.
Yeah, it is camp. Yeah.
And we went to camp together. We like camp.
That's how.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then so you get home late, like what, 2, 3 in the morning? Is there a wind down situation, or you're just
there's a wind down, which that's when Netflix usually happens,
right?
But it just depends on the time. Like if it's 1:30, I usually just kind of slowly go to bed, check my phone maybe for a little while,
right?
But if it's like 11, I'll watch shows for a couple hours.
Squeeze in a show or two.
Yeah.
Do you have a cocktail at any point in the evening?
Not at home, but usually after a show. Like sometimes at the show.
Do you drink on planes?
Sometimes. I don't know why it feels so like naughty. Because it's 10 a.m.
You
and
definitely
you're like,
feel adult if you drink. You're that. You're like, yeah.
But then you see other people doing it.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Is that you can just always fool yourself into thinking, well, where I'm going, it's 5 o'clock.
Right. It makes sense.
It's fun if it's the day of a show, like if I'm flying somewhere and I have a show that night, I won't drink on the plane. But if it's like a long, if I'm going to Europe and I'm like, this is going to be a long flight, then I'll have a drink.
One time my wife and I don't know if we got upgraded or if we were just like having a good time on a plane and had a few drinks. And then it wasn't until we landed that we realized like, oh, we have to pick up a rental car right now. Because you're in that, like, a whole other world where you don't even realize that you're, it's just like, oh, I'm in, like, a fantasy land. And then, like, you're like, oh, I'm drunk and I have to drive.
Who's the least drunk?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's another place I feel like should be a notary, rental car pickup. Those people seem very in line with being a notary public.
Yeah, I agree.
Those lines are so horrific. Those rental car lines.
Yeah, I like to talk to the person in the machine.
Too.
The computer person.
Max Headroom?
Yeah, exactly. Max Headroom. Yeah.
I always feel like I need to talk to a person.
Oh, no. Person. Yeah. People are the worst.
People are the worst.
Yeah. Fake.
But I don't know if it's because I'm a girl and I need cars. Sometimes I need car advice. They're like, do you want to pay for the fuel or do you want to, bring it back empty? And I'm like, I need to talk to them. Really?
Buy it yourself.
Highway robbery.
Get it yourself. Yeah. It takes 5 minutes on the way back.
That's the advice portion of the podcast.
Yeah. And then we've gotten to sleep, right? We've gone to sleep.
Yeah, you're
Carmen
sleeping.
is going to sleep. Yeah. So
sleep. Yeah, definitely.
Good sleeper.
No air conditioning on. Pretty good sleeper.
Yeah.
I'm a no air conditioning on. The wife loves the air conditioning. It's a big back and forth with us.
Is that because do you get sick if you leave it on all night? Yeah. Me too.
It destroys the insides of my throat.
Exactly.
Can you do like auto on and off, like back and forth?
Probably.
Sometimes I do timer.
Yeah.
Let's get to the blow-off. Yeah, the blow-off.
Okay.
It's time for the blow-off. Carmen Lynch, how do you go about blowing people off? Is there a specific time recently where you blew somebody off? How'd you go about doing it? What are your go-to lines?
Go-to lines are deadlines. Like I have something that's due. It's just the basic. Very vague.
I have a term paper.
But a lot of times it's real. They just don't know exactly what the deadline is.
Right. Do you have a lot of actual deadlines, or are you just making?
Are they personal deadlines that you give yourself for writing projects?
Sometimes it's a writing project. Sometimes it's personal. Like I just did my taxes.
I must find out what happened to Natalie Holloway.
By end of September, yeah.
I can't think of a good one lately, but
well, like, okay, let me give you an example. So you came back from Edinburgh,
yeah,
and were there like people that wanted to hang out? And were you like, I'm just too tired? Or like, would you ever like are you like when you're like back from out of town? Are you like up for a hang, or are you just like, no, I'm exhausted from
that day? I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
whatever day that is, whether it's a Monday or a Friday or whatever. I mean, if it's a Friday, I might do a show, but I usually take that night off.
Do you make plans and then blow them off, or do you just not make plans because you know you'll be tired?
Usually, I just don't make plans.
Yeah.
If I blow it off, I have to be exhausted. I'm not a blower offer.
Yeah.
Very often.
How about a missed get out of doing a show, or is that you never do that?
I do that if I'm kind of like very sensitive to like pissing people off.
Sure.
So I'll do it like I'll have to have at least like 2 days before. Like,
a lot of apologies.
I'll just be like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to make that show, but I know that they'll find somebody. In New York, I feel like it's still not a big deal.
Well, it's interesting you should mention that. So let me get some blow-off advice from you guys.
Sure.
So I'm doing stand-up in a few
BOA,
weeks.
blow-off advice.
BOA, yeah. I'm doing stand-up on TV in a few weeks. I told you this.
Yes, where?
On late night, Seth Meyers. So
he knows a guy.
I don't normally... get a lot of club spots, but I pulled some strings in advance of this thing, and I booked some club spots coming up. And so I sort of like, I have these nights. And so on Monday, I have 2 club spots, like one on like an 8 different clubs, one at like an 8 o'clock show and one at 10 o'clock. The problem is I'm flying back from LA on Monday, and I know I'm going to be wiped, but I don't want to turn down these. I should just suck it up and just do them.
I think if you're doing them to work on your late night set,
I got to suck it up and do them.
Oh, absolutely. Because I think you'll feel better.
Yeah.
Even if you're tired, just running it.
I think you're right. But it was a
maybe stay away from the cheese on the.
There you go, and don't booze it up on the plane.
What night are you doing your late night?
Don't over dairy.
The night after?
Not for a few weeks. That's the thing. And I have other spots at these other clubs, but they're also later, and I don't want to set a bad tone where I'm just like canceling right off the bat.
You'll feel better after the fact.
Yes.
During it, you'll be like, ugh, I can't believe I have to do this when I get off the plane. But once you're done it, you'll feel great.
I think it also depends on the room. Like if it's a really fun room or a good place, then I would do it. But if...
Well, it's interesting hearing you say that, like, they can always find someone to replace you. Because I do feel like I have, like, I pulled strings at these, like, 2 clubs, and I have, like, 4 or 5 spots at each one over, like, the period of a couple weeks. And I feel like maybe at each club I have, like, one, like, get out of, like, I can't do it that night card.
Yeah.
But see, you're different than me. You're like you're a pound the pavement. Like you're not gonna bail unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah, but I'm also like not coming home to a baby and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I can sleep in if I want to.
It's tough. But I'm gonna suck it up and be tired for the next couple weeks.
Yeah,
that's my plan.
Well, luckily you have your morning routine set.
I know, right?
So that's
showering.
Good.
Yeah.
Definitely shower and brush your teeth.
Yeah, maybe I'll try drinking coffee in the shower. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
This has been so fun.
I know. I don't want it to end.
I know. Do you have anything else you want to mention or plug or bring up? What was the name of your album again?
Dance Like You Don't Need the Money.
And it's still available on iTunes.
It's still on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just have stuff on my website. I have to put my schedule up, but I'm mostly in the city.
Okay.
I'm going to Cuba in a couple weeks.
Whoa. That's fun.
What for? Just
Guantanamo
for fun,
shows.
Wow.
Yeah. So that should be interesting.
Are you going off the base at all? Or are you?
I don't know. I don't have all the details, but
you haven't been there before?
I haven't been there before, but some of the comics going have been there.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm in good hands. And then I'm going to Pakistan in November.
Wow.
I hope I come back.
Wow.
But that's other, I always check that other.
You're really channeling like 2002. Guantanamo Bay, Pakistan.
I know. Yeah. Kandahar.
It's the Dick Cheney tour.
For all of our listeners in Pakistan, please check out Carmen.
If you are in Bin Laden's old compound,
yes,
and you want to see a bilingual comedian,
if Pervez Musharraf is listening, is he Pakistan or is he Afghanistan? I don't know. Does anyone know? I don't mean to confuse Pakistan and Afghanistan. I apologize. But no, seriously, it's been so fun. It's been great to catch up.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for adding us to your morning routine.
Yes, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stay busy, everybody.
Only get my voicemail because I'm busy. Whenever I get with her, say I'm busy. And I'm going to hit you later because I'm busy. Busy with her.